working the game. He does some statistical work at the home basketball games. Well, we're back here at the University of Maine Memorial Gymnasium, and we have a baseball guest to give us a little interlude break between the basketball games. And Dave Gagne is here, co-captain of the Maine baseball team this year out of Orono, Maine. And Dave, you've been training now for just about a week's time, but not too long before you head down to Florida.
No, this time in the fieldhouse goes by really fast. And right now, everyone is really excited to get started this week, and we had a really excellent work week. Everyone's really excited.
Now, you don't have much of a scheduling break. When you first get down there, you play Miami, the national champions, right off the plane.
Yeah, well, that's tough, coming right off the plane, getting on the field, going against a team like Miami, have, played many games already, but it gets you going, and it makes you look forward to it.
You're going to be able to host Miami this spring.
Yes, I think we got them for 3 games, 1 up here at Maine and 2 down in Old Orchard.
Okay, back to the field house. Today, you might even be able to get outside. It's kind of nice out there.
What is it, 42 degrees about?
Something like that.
Yeah, well, if the snow is gone, we'd be out there, I'll tell you.
Okay, Dave Gagne, good luck, and down in Florida, and you come back, and we'll get you back into the World Series this coming spring.
All right, thank you, Throck.
Okay, Dave Gagne of the University of Maine baseball team. When we come back, we're going to be talking men's basketball, and we'll have Coach Skip Chappell and much more. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Men, women, enter the challenging field of nursing. Northern Maine Tech in Presque Isle offers a 1-year diploma in practical nursing that develops a broad-based program of health education and emphasis on clinical experience in affiliation with area healthcare facilities leading to an LPN. There's also a 1-year upgrading program for experienced LPNs who wish to continue their education and receive an associate degree in nursing and qualify to become registered nurses. Find out more about a nursing career by calling Northern Maine Tech today at 769-2461.
You know, when you have the best interests of your family at heart, it's good to know that someone is looking out for your own best interests. That's the Home Bank, Aroostook County Federal Savings and Loan. The Home Bank compounds daily for a far better return on your deposits than banks compounding quarterly or monthly. Compare the benefits of daily compounding. And remember, when you deposit your money with the Home Bank, you know you're getting the highest return possible. Aroostook County Federal Savings and Loan, Caribou, Presque Isle, and Madawaska.
Gymnasium getting ready for the second half of our doubleheader, and we have with us now University of Maine coach Skip Chappell. And Skip, a tough one last night, and this Vermont team is a very beatable team.
Well, they're getting all tough, Timmy. We obviously need a W to get over the hump with the little things we have going wrong. We were playing pretty well going into last night. I thought probably that was, since the break, most sluggish effort we've had to date. We're hopefully going to take care of that this afternoon. We fully know that we need a W to put everything together, and we're doing a little bit of everything pretty well, but not quite enough.
Okay, we played a couple of more players yesterday. You're going to play 7, 8, 9 deep today?
Well, we've got to do that with these 2 games back-to-back. Plus, we're getting some people ready now and to go down the stretch, and we'll be playing more people.
Okay, good luck today, Skip.
Thanks, Tim.
It's the University of Maine basketball, men's style, coming up in just a couple of minutes, and we'll be back with men's basketball, and a little bit more, too, in just 2 minutes.
We are having a heat wave, 92 degrees and going nowhere but up. We're looking for a high of 98.
Okay, who's first?
Now more than ever, Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
I want the best health care for my family. After looking at the choices, I chose Carey Medical Center in Caribou. Carey always had a good reputation for patient care, and I found that Carey has medical specialists and a certified nurse midwife that other hospitals just don't have. And I like the choice of a home-like birthing room. The new equipment is very impressive. It's no wonder Carey Medical Center is the trauma management center for the county. Carey Medical Center, the best care available.
Every life is a network of paths and each a progression of challenges.
The paths you choose and the way you respond to the challenges along the way will determine the direction of your future. Higher education is one of the most important paths you'll ever take. The University of Maine at Presque Isle can make sure the path you choose reaches a satisfying destination. They deliver realistic education that leads to rewarding careers. Call or write the University of Maine at Presque Isle for more information.
Let the EC Night Home Improvement Center in Presque Isle make life a little easier for you with a Whirlpool microwave oven at savings. For example, Whirlpool's compact models fit anywhere and do a big cooking job. Regularly $349.95, you can get one for just $209.95. Or regular Whirlpool subcompact models are reduced from $264.95 to just $199.95. And there are similar savings on the Whirlpool Time Master models with microcomputer touch controls. Whirlpool at EC Night Home Improvement Center, Presque Isle, making your world a little easier.
Fresher milk with fresher dates.
All right, the University of Vermont men have just been introduced. They go with Hudson and Payne and Flaherty and Calavito, probably Brennan. University of Maine Black Bears now being introduced. Vermont won the game last night, 58-47. And we will run a little. We're running behind schedule here, 3:36. It's the time. Matt Rosignol from Van Buren gets the big introduction. Rosignol, of course, has come on to be an outstanding point guard now for the university. Working his first year of collegiate play, Jimmy Boylan. Boylan from East Grand Rapids, Michigan. The two guards. He'll play the off-guard position now. He has been the point guard. They've reversed those roles. Jeff Holmes has been very, very big in the corners lately from Westmoreland, New Hampshire. A transfer out of Boston University being introduced. Here's Rich Henry, the co-captain, and Rich is an outstanding player. Maine will go with their small lineup. They do not match up well with Vermont underneath, and it's going to be Fort Lee, New Jersey's Mike Bitterman, a football player in high school and a basketball player. And that'll be the matchups here today, and we'll look at them again as the game gets underway. This, again, is the small lineup the University of Maine will be using. We'll probably have a second playing of our national anthem because the band is here. So we'll have that for you. And then after that, we'll have the ball game underway. Here's the national anthem. Well, it won't be long now till we see whether the Bears can shake off the loss of a night ago. Again, Vermont on the road, Maine at home. An advantage, that is, really, to the home team if they can utilize it. Tough to travel. So, a lot of noise level in here right now. George Hale with you, Willie Gavitt, and Tim Throckmorton, who's been working the floor here in between games. The Vermont Catamounts. A catamount is like a mountain cat. If you want to know what a catamount is, it's like a mountain lion. I didn't know if you knew that, Timmy, or not.
A mountain lion.
Yeah, a lion that lives in the mountains.
I don't think bears and lions get along too well, do they?
Bears and lions never get along very well. All right, there's the tap. It'll be controlled by Brennan of UVM, University of the Green Mountains. ends. All right, they work it off to Flaherty, number 20. Number 45 is Brennan. He's an impressive player. Simcoe is outstanding. But the guy that makes them go is number 11, Howard Hudson. He makes them go. You keep your eyes on him. He's the point guard. Maine will start out in a 2-1-2 zone. That's kind of SOP for Maine right now. Down to the left side to Calavita, the big guy, around 6'11". Nobody's gonna match up with him unless Maine goes to somebody on the bench. Bunker did not start. Maine in the small lineup. The Maine women have won. Now the Maine men try. Backdoor, Simcoe, in and out. No good. Rebound to Maine to Bitterman. Here comes Rosignol. Matt had a good first half last night. Things slowed down for everybody in half number 2. Rosignol will get a lot of attention. It's not like it was in high school for him. The defenses are much different, but he can do the job. He's turning into a great point guard. Boylan down the line is picked off and fouled going through. Flaherty was there. So the foul is against Art Flaherty, a freshman from Metuchen, New Jersey. Which way is it? I'm never quite sure. The intensity now will pick up, of course, in the style of the two teams from game 1. Holmes, they're watching him. Now Willie will watch the defense for us here and be the analyst. Baseline by Henry, puts it in. Here comes all the paper out of the crowd. The officials will let him do it one time on the first basket, but after that it'll be a technical foul. The other night we had a player make a mistake. It's the football players who do that pretty much upstairs, and they threw too quick and only one roll came out. Tonight we got it all. Or this afternoon, as the case may be.
And that came from the idiot section. I'll tell you a little bit more about the idiot section.
You want to call football players in the idiot section, that's up to you, Tim. I'm not going to go with that at all. All right, Maine in the zone. Hudson in the left side corner walking, and he did too. Howard Hudson forgot to put the ball down, and he gives a look at the official coming by. I talked to the officials in between the games, and of the first game, and they said they felt they were very justified in those two technicals that they called. But that's something that'll be quickly forgotten. Rich Henry at the high post, out of the right side corner to Boylan. Holmes takes the fake, gives inside to Bitterman. Bitterman turns, he pops it off the iron, no good. Big rebound, Flaherty. All right, they'll push it down the court. 45-second shot clock in effect here at the ball game this afternoon. Brennan with it. This should be a good basketball game. I think a much closer game than last night. Maine women a winner 2 days in a row. Maine men lost last night by a score of 58-47. Boylan reaches in, knocks the ball loose, and now Chappelle is on the official and said, "Don't you call anything?" And the official just looked at him. They'll work the officials in the men's game too. All right, Flaherty takes the open shot. It's off, no good. Maine is ahead 2-0. Brennan. Maine does not match up well with Vermont physically with the lineup they have right now, and that led to the much one-sided rebounding stat of a night ago. Vermont totally dominated the rebound last night. Rebound statistics. Brennan at the left side corner. Lobs it across the lane. Flaherty can't get inside for penetration. Here comes Hudson. He'll put it off the glass. No good ball. Knocked loose. It'll be a Maine ball going the other way.
Those of you who were here last night saw an excellent guard in Howard Hudson, and Jim Hutnick, assistant coach at Maine, says he is possibly the best point guard in the league.
Well, he makes them go. We've talked about that. If he has a bad game, then Vermont, I think, would be in trouble. Hudson off to Henry at the post. Boylan in the right side corner, didn't get it. And the rebound is away to Bill Brennan, a junior out of Ticonderoga, New York. Hudson stops at the foul line. It'll not go. Bitterman knocked it out. Bitterman is a skywalker. He gets up there and walks on the tall building. He has to play above his size. Bitterman is at 6'7". What a body, and if you want to be an athlete, take a body like Bitterman. Inside, Brennan will score. The basket counts and is a foul. Rich Henry. So Bill Brennan will go to the line for a three-point play. The score is 2-2. Up on the line, Bill Brennan. Had a good game last night. Foul shot is good. Okay, it is Vermont leading by a score of 3-2. Boylan with the ball. Will lob it off to Matt Rosignol. Again now, Rosignol will play playmaker, a lot of assists. They're trying to get Holmes set up in the left side corner if they can. Rosignol's job is to set other people up. It's a new role for him. There's the shot they wanted, and that's why. They kicked it low, kicked it out, kicked it in, and went right out in the corner for Holmes. And Rosignol's job is to set that up. It is 4-2-3. Maine up by 1. Simcoe, left corner for 2. He's an excellent shooter, the leading shooter in the ball game last night. 5-4. John Simcoe, a senior out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Maine Bears trailing by 1. It is 5-4 Vermont. Maine trying to win one in the conference today. Rosignol takes it across the lane, and we'll set the play up now. Bitterman is playing the high post. And Mike out to Boylan. He'll drive. Off balance, rejected by Calavita. Now that's a mismatch. There's no way that Boylan was going to win once he got it. He tried to take it from his left hand to his right hand and make the shot. And those big guys will do it to you every time. In the corner, Holmes. He gets his man to jump. That's what the defender should not do. He missed the shot. Tap, Bitterman knocks it loose. Holmes with it in the lane. Head pumps off balance. It will not go. I don't know. Stayed in bounds. Flaherty with it. Coming down court, Howard Hudson. Hudson drives the lane, kicks it out into the corner. Simcoe is there. Boylan comes in. Again, if you look at the matchups here, Maine is not matching well physically. And Boylan was on a mismatch right there. Maine playing zone. They're trying to get that open shot. Simcoe, it's knocked loose. Nice reach in by Henry. Maine will make the turnover, force Vermont into the turnover. Jimmy Boylan, co-captain of the team, to Matt Rosignol, and the Van Buren Flash kicks it out on top. Now Boylan will roll under. Holmes to the high post where Bitterman is. Henry now has to go in with it. Henry's turnaround shot, no basket. We've got a foul. The foul on Simcoe, and Bitterman, who is a very rough customer, said something to him. As we take a look at it inside, that's going to be Brennan on the block, and not Simcoe. And it was a good call by the official. In the corner, it goes to Holmes. No trouble spotting him with that blonde hair that's floating around. His father is a high school coach. He transferred in from BU. Brennan knocks the ball out. Maine lobbed it baseline right, trying to get it down inside to Bitterman. Now, you'll hear Chappelle and the crew to my left here. We're broadcasting right near the main bench, and they'll be giving us an idea what's going on. Ball is kicked out by Brennan. The clock is recycled to 45 seconds. Again, remember now, the women went with 30 seconds. The men will go with 45, and there's no jump balls after we start. It's the arrow alternating possession rule. Those are some of the differences. Matt Rosignol, guarded hard to the high post to Rich Henry. Rich takes it in. He'll score. He's fouled. He took the sophomore with him. Calavita will foul him.
You can see determination written all over Rich Henry's face. He's driven 3 times to the bucket now. He's gotten hacked all 3 times, and this time he makes the bucket.
Maine's going to come with Todd Taylor early now. Taylor's been injured this year. He got a little bit last night. He's a freshman, redshirt out of East Lyme, Connecticut. And Maine will now take Holmes out, and Taylor is in the ball game. Maine ahead 6-5, and Rich Henry from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the co-captain, is on the line, and he got it.
This is probably the earliest Todd Taylor's gotten into a game all season. He has been out in several games with a fracture in his foot and several other injuries. He's had a tough time in his 2 years here.
Well, he sat out last year, and he thought he was going to have to redshirt this year, too. He didn't want to do that. All right, now 3 seconds called on Vermont. The Catamounts trailed Maine early. Now, you want to remember now, this is a long way to go in this ball game. Maine led 10-3 last night, and Vermont looked like they were gone. Then all of a sudden, Maine had 12 points run through on them, and the Bears had trouble. Chappelle talking to his club. Maine facing a zone. Rich Henry, the co-captain, at the right side to Rosignol, who is a key to many things that Maine will be doing. Todd Taylor back out. They take it down the low post and kick it out. Bitterman wants to turn, can't do it. Rosignol in the corner to Henry. Matt will throw it around to Boylan. A zone sliding back and forth. Bitterman rolls under. He'll play down along the left baseline, and Henry will come out on top, and Taylor will play the high post.
George, they're trying to get Bitterman and Henry away from the basket now as Todd Taylor's trying to fill some space underneath and get those 2 offensive guys in motion.
Boylan in the corner, low percentage shot, and he didn't get it, and Simcoe came off the iron with it. Maine ahead by 2. Howard Hudson in the backcourt with it. Maine trying some new things here. They desperately need a win. They need some confidence to get into this young ball club. They don't have much of a bench because of injuries, a number of other problems. Simcoe, cross-court pass. Calavita, the big guy at the high post. Vermont has a mixture of youth and experience. Outstanding Howard Hudson out of Laurelton, New York, is their playmaker, number 11. Flaherty played well last night. Art Flaherty is a freshman, though, and he's playing the other off-guard position.
Flaherty is a very nice sidekick to Hudson. He's very scrappy.
Onside, Simcoe gets the ball, drives, scores, and he's fouled. Simcoe ties it at 7.
Simcoe's a guy, he's a senior. He's missed a couple of games lately. He's had the flu, but he's a guy that they can use underneath. He's a tough ball player.
Todd Taylor guilty of the foul. Now coming in the ball game now will be Rob Zinn, a junior from Lawrence, Kansas, and coming in will be Tom O'Shea. They did this last night, and they went to their bench early. And when you're on the road playing 2 games, you've got to use your bench. And Maine, being home, does get that advantage, but they have a lot of trouble on that bench, and we'll talk about that as the game goes by. Simcoe missed it. O'Shea on a rebound. Vermont controlling the basketball. Maine tied up 7-7. Ball is kicked by Maine. They'll recycle the clock. Now you may see the official turn and give you that little cycling motion with his finger. Now what he's doing is telling the scorekeeper to take the clock back to 45 on a kick. Sometimes you don't get that. It depends. Now the clock is recycled again.
George, you're just talking about the bench. Todd Taylor, number 54. He's 6'10", and he's coming in, and he's very much in the mold of Jeff Cross when he came up here. A lot of natural ability, not a lot of confidence. Skip Chappelle is watching him very, very carefully right now.
Well, we keep wondering when Coco Barry might get a shot, too. The player from Senegal, he seems to be ready to go. He's had physical troubles. Hudson in the lane. Simcoe off. No good. Rebound to Bitterman. Well, Vermont had it set up and didn't get it. Boylan, left side to Rosignol. The crowd, of course, gets very excited when Rosignol shoots, but his role has been one like that to Bitterman. Only Bitterman missed the shot. Beautiful pass came inside from Rosignol, and Bitterman blew it. Bitterman, the freshman. Out on top it goes. Out there with it is Chris Capps, who's coming to the ballgame. They've already used 9 players for Vermont. Now that's what they will attempt to do, to wear Maine down, because they know that Maine will be going with guys going basically 40 minutes. 38, 39 minutes. O'Shea fires. It'll be around and out. Bitterman rips it down off the board. Coming down court with it, Rosignol. They watch him like a hawk. He takes the jumper. Rosignol, what do you think, huh? Don't you think Rosignol's lost anything from high school? Deep in the corner, Matt for 2. 11:47 to go from the corner. A basket is good by Zinn. And it is 9-9. This thing is already moving along. We're a quarter of the way through this game, just about. Rich Henry out to Rosignol, who's 1 for 1. Boylan. Maine and Vermont will battle hard here in this game. Taylor is in a big shoving match underneath. Holmes getting ready to come back in. A lot of elbows going. Taylor will be in as kind of an enforcer here for a while. Now there is Hudson with a rather silly foul as he grabbed Bitterman by the arm. Boylan comes out and Holmes comes in. It's an unusual switch. We haven't seen that switch made yet. So they're doing some different things here today. And Chappelle is going to talk to Boylan. He's taking him out to talk a little bit. Now, as some of these players get a little more experience, Chappelle will be able to do that. We look along the main bench. All right, Matt Rosignol from Van Buren, coming into his own very early in his career as a collegiate. Maine tried a pass inside. There was a shoving match going on, and the foul will be on Chris Capps, a freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 24, Capps, guilty of the foul. Rosignol will look for the inbound. It comes to Bitterman and out to Holmes. Holmes is a step-in shooter. They'll move him into the corner. There's Henry out there. He fires. Rick's got it. Maine leads it 11-9.
Foul by Bitterman after the basket, George.
Oh, that's not a good foul. Bitterman, who does this so often. And he's all right. Bitterman, well, the television audience joining us for our first broadcast of the year, so some of the stuff the radio audience has heard before. Bitterman was an outstanding football player. Turn around and we'll have another foul. Inside Todd Taylor. Bitterman, one of the things that he's tried to do in his collegiate career, and he's a freshman, is to be aggressive, like football. He was a tight end. He was heavily recruited as a football player. And when he decides to foul you, he may pick up and throw you in a crowd. He doesn't hide it, and of course he has trouble Chip Bunker, whose parents are here to watch him play, are getting ready to check in. Bitterman rejects the ball back, but it goes back to Flaherty for a hoop off the right wing. And it's 11-11 here at the pit. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter.
George, the center position for Maine has been a big question mark all year. Chip has been in, he's been hurt. Todd Taylor. Bitterman with a nice fadeaway shot from about 12 feet.
Bitterman turns around.
And even Bitterman's had to play some center this year.
Well, Bitterman is the small center, yep. 13-11, Maine in the lead. Inside, Taylor knocks it loose. It's intercepted by the Bears. And here comes Rosignol over the left side of the time stripe with it. And Matt uses that hesitation dribble. He does not turn the ball over, and that's why he's there. They have a hard job. You're in this league where you have quick people on defense, a lot of man-to-man defense. Rosignol, look at him, changing hands, gets a screen, fires the pass to Henry. Hook pass goes inside to Taylor. Double pumps, Taylor puts it up, no. Holmes over the top. Oh, no. O'Shea in the foul. O'Shea in the foul. Coming in the ball game, again, will be Howard Hudson, and checking back in Joe Calavita. Here comes Chip Bunker. Out goes Taylor. Rosignol goes out for a rest. Remembering again, as we did, and there's Whitmore, Bill Whitmore, the coach of Vermont. These teams are tired. They played last night. This is an unusual situation, night and then back in, so they have to use their bench early. All right, Holmes goes back and plays in the back row, but it's Boylan who will take charge back there and play the point guard position. Setting it up into the corner to Holmes, the guy they want to shoot deep out in the corner. Chip Bunker now looking for Holmes. Holmes takes it in and out again. Vermont playing back fairly passively. Rich Henry in the left side corner. Holmes will take a 25-footer, so will Boylan. Shot clock at 25. They lob it in badly, intended for Bunker, and Henry threw it over Bunker's head, and Vermont takes the turnover. Maine ahead 13-11. Foul on Chip Bunker. Bill Brennan drew Bunker off his feet. Bunker didn't think that he should be called for that, but I don't know what else the official could do. That is 5 fouls called against Maine players. 5 on Vermont, 3 on Maine. Okay. Hudson in the right side. Underneath. Bunker knocked it loose, and he stuffed Simcoe, and Chip's a very popular player here, and the crowd reacts to that. Holmes deep in the corner. No, didn't get it. Simcoe in the rebound. Long outlet. Coming down court with it. Flaherty takes it in for the easy layup. Maine got caught in the transition, and it's tied at 13. Nobody was going to stop Flaherty going down. He's a freshman, and a good-looking freshman, playing from New Jersey. All right, 8:42 to go in the first half. Low scoring. It is 13-13. The Maine women have beaten Vermont for the second day in a row. They are 14-0. Holmes in the right side corner. Chip Bunker playing way out there. Occasionally he'll take a shot, and he gets a few out there. Chappelle gets a new gray hair every time he does it, though. All right, here comes Boylan around the top of the key. Maine trying to set it up with a motion offense. There's Bunker underneath, over the shoulder, turn around in. Nice move by Chip. He makes that move very well. Rosignol getting ready to come back in the ball game. Flaherty with it. Top of the key, it goes to Bill Brennan. Brennan looks around to Simcoe at the left side. In the corner goes to Hudson. Low post, Calavita, automatic. Joe Calavita posting low, turns, and at 6'11", he's not going to be headed too much.
He's come on very strong this year. Coach Jim Hutnick said that he can't believe the difference between him this year and last year.
We're all tied at 15-15, 7:45 to go in the first half of activity. Holmes, Bitterman at the high post. Bitterman doesn't shoot off there. He normally kicks the ball out, and he does. He plays midway down the lane sometimes and makes that turnaround. Very aggressive player. Maine considers him a blue chipper that's rough around the edges, as many freshmen are. And he's really rough. He'll just pick you up and back you over the head. A nice kid, really, but on the court, he has not gotten all of the football out of him. There's another bad pass by Maine, trying to throw it into Bitterman, and they just threw it away. Maine steals it. Boylan takes it away from Flaherty. He'll go down, and he'll score, and that's a bad foul by a freshman. No way Flaherty should have done that. Boylan was not going to stuff it. He was going to take the simple layup, and there's a freshman mistake. 6'2" player went in with him and said, all right, you beat me, now watch him as he comes down. There's no way Boylan could be stopped, and by goodness, give him a three-point play. Why would you do that? See, because you're a freshman. That's the difference between a freshman and maybe a junior or a senior. Boylan on the line, three-point play. 18-15, 7 minutes to go in the first half of activity. George Hale with you. On the play-by-play, Tim Throckmorton with me, and so is Willie Gavin. Willie being a little quiet right now. We'll get him going here. Traveling charge to Howard Hudson. Willie, what about the defense? Is any different from last night?
No, both Maine and Vermont are playing. Well, Maine had been 1-3-1. They went to a 3-2, and Vermont staying with the way it was successful with last night, that 1-3-1, taking away the wings.
In the right side corner, it goes to Bitterman. Holmes, Rosignol. Again, remember Rosignol's role here. Baseline, Boylan rolled it out. Holmes on a rebound. Holmes turns, fires. There's a foul underneath. Pushing foul. Probably on Brennan, I'm going to guess. Yeah. Pushing, 1-1. Maine is in a bonus early.
George, the people that normally follow us on radio will realize we've used this term before when we speak about Jeff Holmes being a step-in shooter. Jeff, being the outstanding shooter that he is, has a real hard time when he has to put the ball on the floor, and he's had a couple of those this afternoon. He just can't make them drop.
Look at that head on Bitterman, will you? Does he look like a Marine or what? He looks like, they call him Rambo. Foul shot is off. I asked him why he shaved his head. He just looked at me and said, because I wanted to. I tell you, I didn't argue with him. Let Throckmorton do all that. Throckmorton's the weightlifter here. Simcoe. Inside, Calavita, the big guy. Bunker whacked him pretty good. Oh, my goodness. Whitmore, he's the smallest guy out there, the coach from Vermont. He's up signaling his team. There wasn't much doubt about this one, old buddy. Inside, and they go down low to Calavita, and there from the rear, 52, Bunker just says, ouch, I'll get you.
Just take away the basket. That's the thinking there.
Well, they take away Bunker in 5 fouls if he keeps that up, though. This is early on. Joe Calavita up there. Now, Calavita's a sophomore out of Middlebury, Vermont.
You know, Vermont is one of the top teams in the nation at shooting foul shots. They're near 80% for their team.
Very, very good team. The Catamounts lead the ECAC in both field goal and free throw percentage. Vermont suffered a double dip in Buffalo recently, losing 52-51 to Canisius and 89-67 at Niagara before beating Maine last night. Foul shot good. He takes his glasses off to shoot fouls and then puts them back on. I've never quite seen that before. Rosignol setting the play off to Boylan. Henry down in the corner, Bitterman. Back out. 18-16, Maine by 2. Rosignol has it well off the top. Matt has been forced well out on the perimeter this year, a little deeper than he likes to shoot. Now, again, his job is doing some different things. He steps in and fires. Rosignol deep at the left. Now, that's the shot Matt really loves. He takes a half little step. Bango. 20-16. Simcoe with it. Left side it goes to Hudson. Maine playing what appears to be a 2-1-2 zone. It slides around, but basic 2-1-2. They extend it sometimes, 1-3-1, 2-3. Boy, it gets complicated in the college game. You know, all the great coaching in basketball in the nation is done at the college ranks, not at the pro ranks. I don't take anything away from the pros, but they got all the talent. The pros don't have the zones, for one thing. Technically don't have a zone. They play a man-to-man and then try to get away with it. Calavita, outside. Calavita hits it nicely. The big guy, pardon me, that is Simcoe, not Calavita who hit it. They both wear glasses.
Simcoe has the green glasses on, though.
Yeah, I know it.
School colors.
Walking charge now to Boylan. 20-18, Maine up by 2. I broadcast last night upstairs. Tonight I'm down with them on the floor this afternoon. And, you know, if you look over there, all you see is bodies and glasses. It is Simcoe at the left side corner now. You're right. He's got green glasses on. Some guy in Chicago wears glasses when he plays football. What's his name?
Jim McMahon.
McMahon, is that him? I heard of him.
A long story behind that.
Yeah. There it is. This time I got the right guy. Calavita ties it up with an outside shot at the right wing. 20-20. All right, Maine and Vermont with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Last night, Vermont was the winner. Maine staying with a little different kind of game today. Here comes Henry inside the paint. No, didn't get it. Bitterman, yeah. Nice second attempt. Bitterman is going to be a tough college player. It's just taking him some time. That's a good move. 22-20. Maine up by 2. Vermont using their bench a lot. Simcoe with it. Kicks it around outside to Capps, who's in it. K-A-P-P-E-S. Left foul line. And then back over to Hudson. They've quieted Hudson down a bit here. not been involved too much. Bitterman reaches in, knocks the ball loose and out of bounds. It'll be a Vermont ball. Look at the inside play there.
And Bitterman is just waiting on the other side because 4 people were guarding Rich Henry. 2 points.
Well, Bitterman is a blue chipper that just needs the experience to play. Plays a different role than a guard.
Skip says he's the best prospect he has ever had at University of Maine, and that's many years.
You don't get kids with bodies like that very often, I'll tell you that. He's built like a freight train. There's Hudson throwing one up outside, didn't get it. Boylan, the co-captain of Maine, will come down 2-on-2. Boylan drives through, he blocked. And that block is on Howard Hudson. And I will say I've complimented Hudson a lot last night. Hudson's not playing well today. So far, he's not playing well. Coming in a ball game now is Rob Zinn.
Well, he didn't have any ground at all to give, and Boylan looked like he ran him over, but of course his feet weren't planted on defense.
You watch away from the ball, and we mentioned this last night. Boylan and Hudson last night were really going at it physically. I mean, push and shove. And there have been instances in the game when Boylan has to cover that low post area, and Hudson's down there. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on.
Boylan missed the foul shot. Maine's had foul shooting trouble lately. He's knocked out by Vermont. Maine is normally a good foul shooting team. Last few games they've struggled with. Last night wasn't bad. The game against Canisius is just awful. 22-20, Maine up by 2. Maine, of course, had a hard go this year with this young ball club. A lot of injuries on the team and some other problems. There's a driving shot off, no good by Calavito. Rebound to Maine. It was Rich Henry's board. Holmes takes it down to the right side corner and comes back out to Rosignol. There is Bunker at the low side right. Holmes deep in the corner. They're watching Holmes. Last night he burned them. Rosignol's open. Rosignol missed it from the top of the circle. He's been more effective on the wings than he's been at the top for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
And man right now, it looks as though Maine's gone man to man.
All right, see how long that's there. They have. They've switched man up. Simcoe at the left side. They will come back zone. Last night they did that and then got out of it. There's a Rob Zinn hoop as he turns around and drives it in, tying it at 22. Maine just can't afford to play a lot of man-to-man defense. They'll come in and out of it, trying to do something, get something going, but they won't sit there with it. Holmes, Bunker down the right side. Boylan takes a 20-footer. Boylan did not get it, but he got punched out. Rob Zinn decked him. Boylan sometimes plays as much on the floor as he does standing up. Here comes Rob Hamlin in, a sophomore from Middlebury for Vermont. Vermont going deep into their bench as often as they can. The Maine women a winner here today, but they've done that so often. But I will say one thing for Vermont, they wanted it badly. They tried every psychological battle they could today, including the uniform battle we fought. It's got us behind schedule. Boylan's foul shot off, no good, and I hate to repeat myself, but Maine's foul shooting has been about as poor over the last week as it can be. It seems to be they're just in a bad vibes or something. Foul shot is good. 23-22, Maine up by 1. Last night it was a low-scoring first half also. In fact, the game was low, 58-47. And we've got 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first half. Cross-court pass. Went around to Hamlin. Back out on top it goes to Howard Hudson. Hudson, very quality player, lobs it to Simcoe at the right side. Simcoe into Calavita, turns, fires, around and out, no good. Holmes on a rebound, nice board for him. Here comes Rosignol, pushing it down, throws it in the corner to Boylan, he'll pop, and he'll get it. And there is a great assist by Rosignol. Now in high school he took the shot, in college he can't always take it. That time he gave it up to the open man. 25-22, Maine up by 3. Rosignol will maybe be the finest guard to ever play at Arno. That's saying a mouthful, but I believe it. He has come very, very quickly in his floor game. Things that people don't look at sometimes. Off to Simcoe, had to jump up for it at the near side corner. Off to the top it goes to Howard Hudson, a senior from New York. The Vermont Catamounts and Maine playing their back-to-back games. A large crowd here at Arno again today. Hudson down the lane, threw it in, it bounced off a player, and Maine got it back. All right, behind the back, Boylan comes over the time stripe. We're down to a minute to go in the first half of activity. Been a very fast first half here. On the right side, it goes to Holmes. Rosignol. Hudson said, no, you don't. He came out and grabbed hold of him. Back out to Rosignol. Sound like Dick Vitale, huh? No, no. Inside traveling on Rich Henry. That's a good call. I know the crowd's going to boo, but I was sitting here dead looking at it, and Rich tripped himself. There's that assist that Rosignol threw in the corner to Boylan, and Boylan put it up in the air. See, Rosignol has done two things this year which has helped Maine. It doesn't look it like in a win-loss record. In assists, which are beautiful, and in lack of turnovers.
And he's only going to get better at that the more he plays.
Yeah. The fans that want him to get 40 they've got to know what this game is like in Division I. The kind of when you're going into Michigan State and places like that, they're not going to stand there and let you shoot. And they've got a man on him. But he is now beginning to bring his average up. He's getting those 10 and 14-point games. Now the shot clock is being taken down because it's even. The shot clock and the time clock is even, and Vermont is playing for last shot, 25-22. The time and the shot clock is exactly the same, so they can essentially freeze it for a last shot. There they go, down low, knock loose, foul. That foul is going to be against Rosignol. Matt's not too happy. 1-1 now for Vermont. Rosignol is called. I'm not sure what Matt did here. There it is. Reached in. Nothing like instant replay to convict you, huh?
Got a good piece of the ball, though, too, George.
Yeah, the hand is part of the ball. I got a feel he must have got the wrist. The hand is part of the ball, and the fans sometimes don't see what the referee sees, is the wrist got involved in the whole thing. Rosignol, another thing he didn't foul out very much. All right, on the line, John Simcoe, the senior, foul shot, in and out, no good. With 5 seconds, Maine has the ball. Rebound to Rich Henry. Coming down court, Matt Rosignol, 25-footer, no. He has made a half-court shot, by the way, this year. 25-22, Maine will go into the locker room in the lead. And we've had a pretty good first half, but Chappelle goes in there winning. That's got to give him a better feeling than he had last night. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more. Stay tuned.
The right kind of insurance, and enough of it, can really take a big burden off the shoulders of most people. And that's what the Keith Nelson Insurance Agency in Caribou can do for you. They take the worry out of insuring your car, your home, and your property. And being an independent agency, Keith represents many dependable insurance companies, and he can pick out the best company for your particular need. And you have just one agent to serve you and give you prompt, reliable service. Call today, the Keith Nelson Insurance Agency, Main Street in Caribou.
Hamburger places serve lots of stuff. From burgers, to fish, to salads, even chicken. But with so much stuff, it's hard to do everything right. That's why at Kentucky Fried Chicken, all we do is chicken. Whether you choose the Colonel's Original Recipe Chicken, Crunchy Extra Crispy, or Kentucky Nuggets. For great tasting chicken, come to the chicken experts. Any other chicken may not be what it's cracked up to be. Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
The Advanced Wood Harvesting Program at NMVTI is a one-year program taught to meet industry standards and prepares the student for steady employment in the woods industry. Through classroom study and field work, the student learns operation and maintenance of various types of equipment used in woods work, plus small business management, wood product utilization, and the like. Work includes production cutting to test required skills and ends with 10 weeks in a logging camp. For information on this Advanced Wood Harvesting Program, call NMVTI. The program starts August 26th. TAMIC is adjusting to meet changing needs.
The emergency room at Gould Memorial Division is staffed around the clock by a full emergency team, including nurses, technicians, and an attending physician. All emergency room personnel are experienced in the use of advanced cardiac life support techniques for heart attack victims, as well as a range of other life-saving trauma support treatments.
The Aroostook Medical Center, because we care.
WAGM-TV, Presque Isle.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Aroostook County basketball has had a big effect in the way Maine programs are going, in that Liz Coffin is a standout here for the women's team, and also a freshman named Matt Rosignol is doing extremely well in his freshman year, now a starter. Earlier in the week, I had a chance to talk to Matt about the season and coming down from Van Buren.
Scoring in basketball. Your game in high school was at Van Buren was centered around you.
you're having to do things now as not the prime person in the offense or defense, that probably won't change too much. You're in the starting lineup now. Do you like your role now?
Like I said at the beginning of the season, when Coach switched me to a point guard role, I said whatever will be most beneficial to the team, I'll accept as a role. And as you know, he switched me and Jimmy from point guard to 2 guard, where I'm at the point guard now. And because we were having turnover difficulties beginning of the season, we're averaging like 18, 19. And that has gone down, I feel, the turnover ratio. So I think now we're just going to start winning. We're just like 5 points every game. I don't know what that extra ingredient is that we're missing, but I think once we find it, we're going to be on our way to winning some games. And I don't mind my role. Scoring, assists, it doesn't make a difference, whatever is most beneficial to the team.
So his primary concern was the ball handling aspect, because obviously you're not going to be shooting more as a point guard.
Yeah, he wanted me to primarily be handling the ball more. Because, I mean, Jimmy has the ability to handle the ball. He's a great ball handler and everything. But I think he wanted Jimmy more as in the scoring role now, which he's been filling fairly well, scoring 15, 16 a game, which doesn't bother me at all. I'm still scoring, 8, 10. I've hit double figures the last 2 games.
Your scoring has been going up recently. Why is that? Confidence?
I think when I started shooting better, I got confidence to shoot more. Like if I missed my first 2 shots beginning of the year, I'd say, that's it. I'm just going to look to pass now. But, the last few games I've been hitting my first few shots. Skip's been giving me the confidence to shoot if I feel I got it going. So now I'm not afraid to take 8, 10 shots a game, which has helped me, in my scoring.
You must have realized when you came here that right now 7 people are playing, and 4 of them are new to the program.
Right.
And so you're not really the newcomer. It must help you out too. But Bitterman and the
we are young. We have like 7, 8 freshmen, and they're all trying to realize their role in the team, which, I think is probably why we're 1-10 right now, because experience isn't there. Like Rich and Jimmy and Chip, 3, 4 guys who have experience. We had Forster, but he's gone now. So that hurts when you go in with 3 or 4 new guys who have never played college basketball, playing against teams like Siena, who have like 5 experienced players. It makes a difference come the last 4 minutes of the game as to who's going to win, I think.
What would have to happen for this team to turn things around, let's say, completely and have a...
I honestly think we've been playing well enough to win, but like I just said earlier, it's this experience, or it's a missing ingredient that you can't really put your finger on. It's like an intangible that coaches have been trying to figure out. We've been trying to figure it out. We don't know what it is. We play hard. We work hard in practice. It's just hard to put your finger on, and I think this team is heading in the right direction. I think we need a W right now to get some confidence and just start going from there.
Okay, we're back out here again, and they're doing the introduction of the people who are being admitted into the Graduate In Club. All right, we got to do some more work here. We have a special interview coming up. We'll be back in 2 minutes with that.
Us out. Direct the place like the rest of the block. This bar's been in our family for 70 years, so we said, go ahead, build your building. But build it around us.
There's still a place where some things are not for sale, where beer is beer and the brand is Miller. Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Come on.
In the universal search for great taste, it doesn't take a higher intelligence to figure out why one cola keeps changing and one is chosen. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Let the EC Night Home Improvement Center in Presque Isle make life a little easier for you with a Whirlpool microwave oven at savings. For example, Whirlpool's compact models fit anywhere and do a big cooking job. Regularly $349.95, you can get one for just $209.95. Or regular Whirlpool subcompact models are reduced from $264.95 to just $199.95. And there are similar savings on the Whirlpool Time Master models with microcomputer touch controls. Whirlpool at EC Night Home Improvement Center, Presque Isle, making your world a little easier.
For years, we've given you lots of good reasons to rent or buy Caterpillar equipment from Jordan Milton, like the largest selection of machines, simple monthly rental, more replacement parts, in stock. The best equipped service people anywhere, which is why we sell more machines than anyone else in northern New England. So if you haven't tried a Caterpillar machine yet, maybe it's time you did. Call us today. We're Jordan Milton, your Caterpillar dealer.
Sorry, George, we're back here at halftime. And we've just sunk a basket for $100. Bingo. Meanwhile, we're here down on the floor with Coach John Winkin, of course, of the Maine baseball team. And Coach Winkin, this is the kind of day where you can almost take your troops outside.
Boy, it was fun running outside today, and I got that feeling, but it's getting close. About 7 weeks from now, we'll be playing.
1 week's practice. How long does it take for things to start coming in? And I know you're missing a guy that you might thought you were going to have playing this year.
Well, everything's going according to schedule. We've had a real good week, and we're especially pleased that the pitchers came back in good shape. And Scotty Morse has shown that he's recovered fully from his operation. So it looks as though it's full speed ahead.
How about Mark Coots now? He's not going to be playing, is he?
I don't believe Mark is going to play. I think Mark thinks he has an excellent opportunity to get a break in pro football. And hey, if that's what he really wants to do, I wish him all the best of luck.
Tough opening against Miami.
Well, I'd rather play the best. I think that's the way we learn the most about our team, and that's why we get down and play a tough schedule down in Florida. I think that's the kind of challenge our team needs, and we seem to rise to those kind of occasions.
And we may be seeing you on national TV, I'm told.
Well, that's still to be worked out, but it looks very likely that we will probably wind up with a date against the University of Miami, since they're second-rated and we're 12th at the moment, and we've been told that they very much want to have us on national TV, so we hope it'll work out.
7 weeks to go before opening day. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Coach John Winkin of the University of Maine baseball team will be back with another guest and much more when we come back right after this. We'll be back.
Since we live in Aroostook County with all its snow, why not stop in at Northeast Auto Sales in Caribou and see their line of Buicks, the cars that almost seem to have been especially designed for this area, like the front-wheel drive Skyhawk. Northeast Auto has a terrific selection of all models of Buicks, from the Skylark and Somerset to the Century, LeSabre Coupe and Electra Fifth Avenue. Reliable cars made with American technology, and now available at just 7.9% financing. Go in the snow with Buick at Northeast Auto in Caribou.
It's a big White Elephant sale now going on at Arts Appliance and Furniture in Ashland. And during this event, it's a great time to save on those exciting new RCA TV sets and VCRs. Yes, Arts is cleaning house and offering some tremendous buys. And you'll also find some tempting buys on RCA. New RCA TVs with pictures sharper than ever with superb sound, and RCA VCRs that let you record anything or play back your favorite shows. Save on RCA TVs and VCRs during the White Elephant sale at Arts Appliance and Furniture in Ashland. The right kind of insurance, and enough of it, can really take a big burden off the shoulders of most people. And that's what the Keith Nelson Insurance Agency in Caribou can do for you. They take the worry out of insuring your car, your home, and your property. And being an independent agency, Keith represents many dependable insurance companies, and he can pick out the best company for your particular need. And you have just one agent to serve you and give you prompt, reliable service. Call today, the Keith Nelson Insurance Agency, Main Street in Caribou.
Like good friends, wear well. And good tools are what you'll get at Cody's. Yes, Cody's offers tools and everything else that a good hardware store carries, and lots more. Everything from power and hand tools to electrical and plumbing needs. Cody's has the reputation of having just about everything you need for the professional or home handyman. So when you have something to do around the house, stop first at Cody's Hardware in Ashland.
We are down to the court with Kevin Nelson, a guy we've seen in the UMO uniform before. Kevin, what are you doing now?
I'm working in Augusta, Maine for the state Department of Environmental Protection, and I live in Belgrade. I've been down there for about 5, 6 years now, and I like it very much.
Your alma mater, Foxcroft, is having a heck of a year.
Oh, yeah, they're doing very well. They've had a cold streak lately, but because their best player, Dean Smith, has some trouble with his foot, I hear, and so without him, they are missing quite a vital unit to their club.
The school scoring record fell Friday night.
That's what I understand, but it couldn't have gone to a better person than Dean.
Dean Smith knocking off Kevin Nelson. Thank you for joining us, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Also, one other note for here at the University of Maine. couple of football players will not be returning next year. Dwayne Ellis, a defensive tackle, and Mark Ware, a free safety, have both decided to leave the University of Maine football program for reasons that are unknown right now. We'll be back with statistics and more in 1 minute.
High school students, an important stage of your life is about to begin. Do you know where you're going? Have you decided what you want to accomplish? If you're like most students, you could use some advice in planning your future and some guidance in getting you there. Now consider what it would mean to attend a university that sincerely cares about your success and offers all facets of a full campus life. If such a concept appeals to you, then introduce yourself to the University of Maine at Presque Isle. Call the admissions office at 764-0311 for some helpful information.
I'm glad we have the choice. At Carey Medical Center, I can deliver our baby in a conventional delivery room or in the warm, homey atmosphere of this beautiful birthing room with my family near me. Special equipment shows our baby is developing without complications, and we like having the choice of a certified nurse midwife, the only one in the county, with me during labor and delivery. And the baby has the very latest equipment at his side, too. Thanks, Carey, for giving us the choice.
Already take before he prescribes something new.
All winter long. If you're looking to step up to a better snowmobile, or adding another one for the family, or even buying your first one, go see your friends at a Rustic Trust Company. They'll try to help you through the winter with a snowmobile loan that will make other banks look like Southerners. A Rustic Trust Company, the county's only independent commercial bank, member FDIC.
Hamburger places serve lots of stuff. From burgers, fish, to salads, even chicken. But with so much stuff, it's hard to do everything right. That's why at Kentucky Fried Chicken, all we do is chicken. Whether you choose the Colonel's Original Recipe Chicken, Crunchy Extra Crispy, or Kentucky Nuggets. For great tasting chicken, come to the chicken experts. Any other chicken may not be what it's cracked up to be.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right. Had 5, John Simcoe 6, Brennan had 3, Art Flaherty 4, and Rob Zinn 4 for Vermont, which should be a total of 22. For Maine, Boylan 6, Henry had 7, Bunker 2, Bitterman 4, Rosignol 4, and Holmes 2 for a total of 25. Maine went 10 for 20 for the floor for 50%. I'm sorry, that was Vermont, 10 for 20 for 50%, Maine 11 for 25 for 44, and we'll get back to these perhaps a little later in this half.
You're getting glib in your old age. Thank you very much. All right, we're underway again. The arrow is Maine's way back door to Boylan. Boylan has the ball stuffed back at him. He's fouled. The foul is, I think, on 2-5, which would be Joe Calavita. Yeah, that's who it's on, the big guy Calavita. He lost his glasses. He had to go chase him down. By the way, one guy made the $100 in a shootout at halftime. The guy that almost got it and it rimmed and went out was Rosignol's brother. So it runs in the family. Gonna run in your family, Throckmorton.
I got about a 2-foot jumper.
In the corner, Holmes for 2. He's a good step-in outside shooter. 27-22, the Maine Black Bears ahead by 5. Vermont not dominating inside today. And, Willie, that's got to be a key to this game. Last night, Maine was out-rebounded. They're not being out-rebounded tonight. Calavita off the glass and in. They will attempt, I'm sure, to take it in a lot in the second half. Maine was just bombed inside last night when they lost the ball game 58-47. Maine had 27-24. Out in the left side corner, it's off to Jim Boylan. The Maine women won today. The University of Maine men trying to win. To Rich Henry off the glass and in. He put Simcoe away. Simcoe could not handle him that time. 29-24. All right, Hudson kicked the ball off his knee. Almost lost it. Brennan with it. Brennan has not had much of a game. Puts it off the iron. Hudson knocked it loose, and Rich Henry on the rebound. Maine is playing tougher underneath tonight. Over the time strike, Jim Boylan. Maine leading it by 5. Trying to knock the Vermont Catamounts out of here. Make a doubleheader sweep today on Saturday. A hard doubleheader, but as always most difficult for the visiting team. They're the team that had to travel and live in a hotel. Henry down low. He turns. He fires. It did not hang. well allowed. Rebound to Vermont. Hudson comes down with Rosignol on him. It's knocked out by Holmes. Underneath, you can see what's happening underneath the action. Ooh, Mr. Holmes, you got away with one, didn't you? Henry got the ball, but Mr. Holmes got a little bit of the shoulder action in there. I love instant replay. The officials don't. At the left side, it goes to Simcoe. Calavita fires underneath, backdoor, they'll easily score. Maine's vulnerable underneath. Brennan is very vulnerable. Chip Bunker's going to have to come back in. They need a little more size underneath there. 29-26, Maine leading it by 3. Been a long day for us, been an exciting day. You know, I didn't realize it's already 4:30. We came in here at 11 this morning to get ready for this. It's almost like tournament, get that tournament feeling. You go inside, you don't know what's going on in the real world. Out to the right wing, loose to Bitterman. Bitterman, no, didn't get it. Loose ball foul. Over the top foul, could be Rich Henry. I think it's going to be Rich Henry, and he is not happy.
Even Jimmy Boylan's banging inside now. He's gotten a couple of shots from right underneath the hoop. Getting it kind of aggressive. Need this one.
Well, Maine has to be aggressive. They don't match up well inside. Out to the top of the key it goes to Brennan. Off to the right side. Long shot, Flaherty, no. Bunker on the rebound. The big 6'11" center for Maine. Here comes Rosignol. He'll slow the action down along the right side. He takes the head fake to Holmes. He'll pop it around and out. Bunker on the rebound. I think Calavita got him. Bunker got clotheslined underneath. Yeah, that's who it was. And I think Vermont's going to take a timeout because they're having a little trouble today that they didn't have yesterday. Timeout, Vermont. Maine leads at 29-26, and we'll return to the university in just 1 minute.
Learn a trade in the construction field. NMVTI offers courses to men and women in all phases of construction: carpentry, masonry, plumbing and heating, and sheet metal. Graduates of the 2-year carpentry course qualify as beginning carpenters. Masonry graduates as advanced apprentice brick mason. Those in the plumbing and heating program as beginning mechanics in plumbing, heating, and the pump service field. A graduate of the sheet metal program can enter employment at an advanced level. For more information, call NMVTI. Classes begin 28th August. Space is limited.
Having a heat wave, 92 degrees and going nowhere but up. We're looking for a high of 98.
Okay, who's first?
Now more than ever, Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Well, Kerry Kinsey gave us a beautiful start to the weekend.
George, there's the idiot section. A whole bunch of football players sitting in the idiot section. I don't know why they call it that. What do you think, George?
I don't think they're idiots.
They even kick some people out so they can sit in the idiot section. I saw it myself. It's disgusting.
All right, off the top, Boylan, no good. Missed the shot. Comes down to Simcoe. Right side to Hudson. Hudson lobs it underneath. They'll kill Maine on that. Flaherty scores. 29-28, Vermont trailing Maine by 1. How close will we be at the end? I wouldn't be surprised to see it go right to the last shot or two in the ballgame. Maine must not play catch-up, though. That's the key to their team. When they get behind, start to run, it's going to be in trouble. They've got to do what they're doing now. Stay a little ahead or stay right even. Rosignol out in front. Boylan right side, Holmes. Holmes spinning the ball down as he moves toward his left, and Jimmy Boylan looks it over, and Matt Rosignol will set the play, and they foul Rich Henry, and I don't know why he's complaining. Howard Hudson is really upset, and the crowd is getting on him, but he put his hand on his shoulder and shoved him. And Howard, I tell you, you're a fine ball player, but you can't do that. And that wasn't even, now you'll watch it.
You'll see it right now. It was after he received the ball, right?
Yeah.
Got the ball.
Oh, sure.
Bang, pushed off to get the ball.
Oh, I think that's just frustration on Howard's part. He didn't commit a foul. He tore his uniform top off. All right, off to Boylan, holding high over his head. Rosignol will key the play deep off the top of the circle. It goes down the right side to Bunker. Bitterman getting ready to come in. Holmes fights inside, threw the ball loose. Maine will have it that. Holmes doesn't handle the ball well, and that's a problem with him.
Well, Vermont's pulled Howard Hudson out of the game, and I think he's a tempo kind of guy, and he's not having a good day at all. I think that's why Vermont's a little sluggish.
Oh, I thought he was the key last night. Simcoe was, obviously, too. All right, Boylan takes it outside right of the foul line, looking to Rossignol, who rolls under. High post, they'll go to Rossignol in the corner for the shot. In and out. Matt missed it. Had it in the air, just wouldn't fall. Long pass goes down court. Flaherty has it for the Vermont Catamounts. On top it is Brennan. Brennan puts the ball down, lobs it right side and in the corner to O'Shea, who's in there again. Flaherty fakes the shot, try to step in and take it. Simcoe now, they set a weave. Maine playing a 2-3 zone at the moment, 2-1-2 maybe. They slide the middleman in and out. They're playing the small lineup at the moment. Flaherty kicks it out to the left side where O'Shea has it. University of Maine and Vermont battling here. The shot clock at 10 seconds. Simcoe left-hand jumper for 2. He's a very fine shooter, and Vermont takes the lead with 15 minutes to go in the game. 30-29, and for the first time, Maine is behind in the game. The Bears need to get a couple of quick hoops. They got a good shot for Rossignol. He didn't miss by much, but he couldn't hang it. Boylan is deep on the perimeter at the right corner. Looking low. Rich Henry will fade it in. Bitterman is decked, but that's okay. They got the basket. Chappelle calls the defense. Long pass to Simcoe in the right corner. Maine up 31-30. Open shot for 2. Brennan.
Maine didn't get back on defense.
No, they sure did. 32-31. Rossignol down in front of the Maine bench into the low post. Henry is tripled up. He'll come back to Rossignol. Bitterman fakes the shot from the foul line. And they'll go in the corner to home, down low to Rich Henry. Henry makes the baseline drive. He put it up too hard. Had the move and couldn't score. Boy, everything was there except the hoop. O'Shea came down with the ball. Brennan off to the right side to Simcoe. He may be the key in this right now. O'Shea down low, caps, no good. A foul on Brennan underneath Bitterman. He went right underneath Mike Bitterman. Bitterman from Fort Lee, New Jersey. If any kid could play both football and basketball, he could do it. There's the foul at the other end of the court. You see, whoops.
Sorry about that, he says.
Knock you down. Boylan will bring the ball down. The University of Maine down by 1. It is 32-31. Rossignol will cross over the time stripe with it and go to the right side. Boylan is sitting at the left. Rich Henry in a high post. Rich will throw it out to the right side. A salute to University basketball today on radio and television. Bitterman, oh, nice turnaround. On the left hand with it. He likes to make that shot and has not been lucky with it this year. He's had a lot fall off one way or the other. That time he got, it rolls. Everyone, he never swishes at it. Always kind of rolls on him. 33-32, Maine up by 1. Left side to Flaherty. In the corner to Hudson. Hudson kicks the ball out to the top. They have a good offense. Simcoe takes the shot at the right. It'll be a rounded out Bitterman, who had 10 boards against Canisius, went above the rim that time. He's a leaper. You know, he's 6'7". He doesn't look at it at times, but he plays above 6'7". He was above the rim. He's at the foul line. It'll be off. No good. O'Shea on a rebound. He's had a couple. Bitterman doesn't have a real fine touch yet. They hope he gets that. Hudson comes down the paint. Hooks the pass out to Flaherty. Fires. No. Rebound. Bitterman knocked it loose and out. If Bitterman hadn't touched it, Holmes would have caught the rebound. Getting ready to come in the lineup now is George Payne, a senior for UVM. Whitmore, the coach of Vermont. Been there about 5 years now. The ball comes in, and Vermont sets their play. They're posting Simcoe low with Bitterman shoving. Now Holmes doubles up on him. You can hear the coaches yelling defensive signals out. Vermont makes a silly throw into the corner. What happened was he threw to a spot, and the player broke the wrong way. And Mr. Hudson says, oh, my, I would rather not do that again. That's what we call a turnover, but it's one that Hudson had a little mental mistake on. Boylan steps in, fires to Bitterman down low at the baseline. Off to the right, back in the corner it goes to Boylan. They're trying to set Holmes up at the left side. Rossignol, Holmes now is playing around over there. Rossignol will look left. They'll overload left, as you can see them with 3 on the left side of the lane. Henry's out on the right side. Now there's Rossignol. They came over and guarded him quickly. They would have had an open shot. It's a turnaround from the baseline. Henry will not go down, and a rebound to Vermont to Flaherty. Maine leading by 1. Flaherty kicking the ball down court very fast. Knocked loose by Rossignol into the crowd. Matt goes up and almost had himself an excellent steal.
You know, this is a one-point game for Maine, but I think they've controlled the tempo pretty much this whole game, even though, and Skip's been out of his seat, and he just doesn't want to see what happened yesterday, and that's that slide where they just almost fell apart completely in that 25-3 spurt by Vermont.
Well, you're in a bad schedule, and you're not doing well, and Todd Taylor's going to come back in for the University of Maine Black Bears, getting a little more court time now. Off on the right side. Chappelle coming down to talk to Taylor all the way down to the half-court area. And that's not a normal move, but he wants to talk to him. Semko threw up a bad shot, and the ball is going to be tied up. Where's the arrow? I think it's Vermont's arrow, but I'm not sure. We can't see the arrow. We're back of it. My luck. I believe it's Vermont's ball. It is. Remember the alternating possession rule in college basketball. Getting ready to come in now, Big Joe Calavita. Puts his glasses on and comes back in. The Maine women won today, 80-69. It was a tough game. The score doesn't quite tell the story on it, but Maine is 14-0 now. Out on top it goes to O'Shea. O'Shea bounce passes to the left side, over to George Payne. In the lane, Semko over the top, didn't get it. Todd Taylor on a rebound. Got rid of it quickly to Boylan, and Jimmy comes down, the co-captain of the University of Maine. Here's Matt Rosignol setting the play in front to Bitterman at the left corner. Matt steps in and fires for two. Rosignol takes that little half step forward and fires 35-32. Chappelle is coaching as hard as I've seen him all year. Calavita hits it. Ooh, no defense for that. Coach has to sit down when number 25 fires a bird like that. 35-34, Maine up by 1. 11:05 to go in the ball game. Maine Black Bears really desperately need this for a big reason. Not just emotionally, but they conceivably could not qualify for the playoffs. They can't win a few conference games. Inside it goes to Bitterman. The bottom team does not qualify. Boylan, baseline, made a great move and scored. Got an alley off the right side, came in baseline and made it. 37-34, Maine by 3. New people, Vermont going deep into the bench, trying to wear Maine down. But the Bears are hanging pretty good. They're going with mostly 5 players. Before the shot, Boylan bumped into, and Calavita's turned an ankle.
He stepped right on Boylan's foot as he caught the ball.
I think it'll be more painful than permanent. The big guy is okay. That's one of those painful, you can sometimes tell what happens.
Boylan did have a nice move baseline, and nobody was there when he went in. Easy 2 points, and Maine has a 3-point lead right now, 37-34.
Simcoe got burned on that. Deep in the corner, Vermont hitting a big one by George Payne, the senior from Pennsylvania, 37-36. And the Bears lead is a tenuous 1 point, with 1/4 of the basketball game still to run. It is Maine and Vermont at the University of Maine. George Hale, Willie Gavitt, Tim Throckmorton doing the activity for you, and a cast of characters here producing it on radio and television. Bitterman stands around the right side corner. He's been a little inactive lately. Here's Rosignol, who got a jumper off the top of the key recently. Rosignol's going to try another one, and he got it. Matt lighting up the scoreboard, 39-36. Rosignol now has got 8. Bitterman drives the ball out of bounds, diving into the Vermont bench.
That typifies the effort Maine's giving today. All-out effort. Matt, when he gets hot, you can't stop him.
Boylan out, and Holmes in. Flaherty is out of the ball game too. Oh, he's in the ball game. They are playing so many players, it's kind of hard to remember who's in and out. Flaherty is in the lane to Calavito. He's whacked pretty good. And it's going to be Rich Henry moving underneath him. So Rich Henry gets the foul.
Rich Henry agreed with that foul. Calavita's had pretty much control. He's gotten a lot of shots off him inside the paint.
34, Rich Henry moved under him. That's a typical, oh, no, he didn't. He went, got him on the way up and got him on the way down. And that's doing double duty. He got him twice.
He only gets a couple of foul shots out of it still.
Todd Taylor sitting down, big 6'11" player. I brought a young man named George Tripp from Arlington to see his first game the other day, and he stood next to Todd Taylor. He's about 9 years old, and he had never seen a college game. And he said, how do they get so big? I said, I don't know. A couple of foul shots, good. 39-38, Maine up by 1. A tough, tough game All right, coming out of the backcourt, Rosignol doubled up. Now Maine should be 3-on-2. Here's Henry, feeds it underneath. It's to Bunker, back out to Matt. Rosignol didn't quite have the room to take the shot. Here's Holmes. Holmes is the step-in designated shooter. They call him automatic here, but he has not had a chance to be automatic here today. High post Bitterman. Bitterman has to protect the ball in the corner to Rich Henry. Shot clock rolling down now. It's about 13 seconds or so. Blocked from our view for the moment. Rosignol feeds it in the corner. Rich Henry's got to hurry. Baseline, no. Rebound loose to Calavita. Vermont can take the lead. Coming down court, Hudson comes across the lane, passes off. He's got Flaherty open. No, that's not Flaherty, that's Zinn. And Zinn hit it. And Vermont takes a 40-39 lead with 9 minutes to go. A seesaw battle. We're beginning to get into lead changes here now at the R&O campus. Bunker down low at the baseline left. Lob pass comes back out on top of the mat. Rosignol bats off.
Maine's being a little tentative now, George. They've had a couple of shots last time down. They didn't take them.
Well, they're young. Rosignol not bashful. He's got another one. Rosignol's lighting it up, and I gotta believe they've given him the green light to fire. You know, he's not a streak shooter, but all good shooters are a little streaky, and he looks very hot right now. And Rosignol got decked, and nothing was called. Hudson just flattened him. All right, Hudson underneath. Spinning layup didn't go. Rebound down to Calavita. Calavita will score. No, missed it. It went in and out. And a rebound comes down to Rich Henry. I can't believe that they let Rosignol get blasted the way he was. But incidental contact can be rough. And the referee said that's incidental, made once timeout. Incidental broken leg, maybe. All right, we'll be back in 1 minute in a one-point ball game.
I want the best health care for my family. After looking at the choices, I chose Cary Medical Center in Caribou. Cary always had a good reputation for patient care, and I found that Cary has medical specialists and a certified nurse midwife that other hospitals just don't have. And I like the choice of a home-like birthing room. The new equipment is very impressive. It's no wonder Cary Medical Center is the trauma management center for the county. Cary Medical Center, the best care available.
You know, when you have the best interests of your family at heart, it's good to know that someone is looking out for your own best interests. That's the Home Bank, Aroostook County Federal Savings and Loan. The Home Bank compounds daily for a far better return on your deposits than banks compounding quarterly or monthly. Compare the benefits of daily compounding. And remember, when you deposit your money with the Home Bank, you know you're getting the highest return possible. Aroostook County Federal Savings and Loan, Caribou, Presque Isle, and Madawaska.
Is to spare. You'll love it.
All right, they're looking at X's and O's here. Maine women have won 80-69. The Vermont coach is telling them what he wants done. Bill Whitmore, 41-40. The University of Maine men are leading, but this game is anybody's guess right now. Take your pick, guys. Who you betting on? Somehow you get the feeling that Maine can pull this one out.
I'm betting on the team that gets aggressive right now, and not just patient. Patience, and Matt wants the shot.
I think Rosignol is the key right now. He's red hot. They're trying to shut him down. Rosignol, Holmes on the left side. They've shut him down pretty well off the wing. Defensively, Vermont is taking the corners away. They go down low to Rich Henry. Rich Henry's going to try to make the move. He made a beautiful baseline move. 43-40. Maine up by 3. Maine is playing together better in this game than they've played most games this year. And that's the key. Calavito walks with the ball. Yes, I thought so. He did. He took an extra step. And the Vermont coach is a little frustrated right now. I don't know what his game plan is, really, but they're not doing what he wants them to do. You can tell by his demeanor. He's saying, guys, when I draw those pictures, that's what you're supposed to try to do anyway. One coach said, why do you assume they're doing what I said? Rich Henry in the right wing. He said, I can get him to do 60% of what I want. I'm lucky. Down low to Henry. He's going to make the line. No, he had to pass off to Holmes. Holmes is in traffic, and they take the ball away. He can't handle it well. Hudson comes down. Hudson drives in. Charge on Hudson, I'm sure. Yeah. Howard Hudson is playing out of control today. He's not playing as well as he can play. He's got 3. A fine ball play. Here comes Bitterman back in, the enforcer for Maine. Rich Henley will get a rest. Remembering now that Maine does not go very deep into that bench. They go with like 7 players, and Vermont's going with 10. And the second game in 2 days, the old body's running down a carbohydrate loading or whatever. Some of that, whatever it is, you lose. Rosignol lost the ball on the dribble, steals it back, and committed a foul. That's what we will normally call a frustration foul. Rosignol shaking his hand off, but well, what he's saying is that I got fouled. Matt, you're a smart boy, but you're going to lose that argument. All right, Hudson coming down. Maine leading by 3. 6:40 to go in a basketball game. Swings it to the right side, off to Flaherty. Now these moments, I would think, are very critical for Vermont right now. They're going to hang in here. They're down by 3. Left side. Maine will get the ball back on a turnover by Vermont on a travel. And Vermont is beginning to make the bigger mistakes of the ball game. They're turning it over, missing inside. They've turned it over a couple of times coming down in the last minute. And it's going to be critical to the Bears to come down and score baskets. That's 4 points. 2 they didn't get, and 2 you do get if you hit a hoop. Holmes off the top of the key. Main shooter. That's why he's in there. And Bunker cannot hang on to it, and Maine turns it over. Here's Hudson. That was a bad turnover by Maine. And it is 43-42. That was a lazy pass, and Bunker was not quick enough. Hudson has only 2 points in this game, by the way. That's his first basket. He was tough yesterday. In double figures yesterday. All right, Rosignol, he had 15 last night. Bunker down low. Boylan takes it in, and they strip him. He comes back with the ball. Bitterman low. Bitterman puts it up. Bitterman comes back with it. He's pushed and fouled. Foul, I think, on Simcoe, 3-5. I got to be frank with you, Willie. I don't think either team are playing very well right now.
No, the impression they give you that, I don't know if I really want this game. Why don't you take a try and see if you can win it? Well, no, I don't want it. You see if you want it. It's not as smooth as what we saw last night.
See some of this action underneath that's kind of rough.
At least Maine's getting some opportunities underneath with Rich Henry and Bitterman going to the hoop there, too. You can't rely on Matt's 18-footers all day.
Into Bunker. Bunker can't get it, but goes off to Boylan. What we call a busted play in football. Chappelle talking to his assistant coach, Jim Hucknett, goes to the left side. Boylan feeds it underneath. Bunker for a layup. Boylan made the play. Bunker gets 2 on the scorebook, and nobody gives credit to Boylan. Boylan was the key to that. 45-42, Maine by 3. 5 minutes to go. Simcoe steps in, passes out. There's the long jumper that is short. Maine will get the ball. Payne, fast break, 3-on-1. Left side, Rosignol, layup, good! Great assist by Boylan. Matt Rosignol on the layup. Rosignol at 10 points now, I believe. 12, maybe. Timeout called. Maine pulls ahead by 5. It is 47-42 back in 1 minute.
Every life is a network of paths, and each a progression of challenges. The paths you choose and the way you respond to the challenges along the way will determine the direction of your future. Higher education is one of the most important paths you'll ever take. The University of Maine at Presque Isle can make sure the path you choose reaches a satisfying destination. They deliver realistic education that leads to rewarding careers. Call or write the University of Maine at Presque Isle for more information.
Let the EC Night Home Improvement Center in Presque Isle make life a little easier for you with a Whirlpool microwave oven at savings. For example, Whirlpool's compact models fit anywhere and do a big cooking job. Regularly $349.95, you can get one for just $209.95. Or regular Whirlpool subcompact models are reduced from $264.95 to just $199.95. And there are similar savings on the Whirlpool Time Master models with microcomputer touch controls. Whirlpool at EC Night Home Improvement Center, Presque Isle, making your world a little easier.
Well, Coach Whitmore sees Maine putting on their best splurge of the ball game. They have picked up a 5-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the contest. Vermont has the ball, but they're having some problems with the Mo. And the Mo is on the Maine side of the board right now. The arrow pointing to Maine, but a lot of time remaining.
And the idiots are getting excited upstairs. The idiot section, that is, George.
On the left side. Goes over to George Payne. Back to the right corner to Simcoe. In the corner, Calavita. Flaherty, number 20. Inside to Simcoe. Maines gets hurt inside. They got hurt that time in the paint. 47-44. We're not in crunch time yet, but we're getting near it. And if you start getting hurt in the paint in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, you're going to lose. You've got to win that battle inside the lane. Travel on Holmes. He's probably as weak a ball handler as Maine has, and he walked to the ball. And Chappelle simply winces. I know he's not having appendicitis because he had it out a couple of years ago, but he feels like it with that turnover, because Vermont just got a gift out of the sky. In the left side corner to Hudson. Vermont beat Maine twice last year. And if they were to win 2 of these games, that would be, I think, the first time in history they ever won 4 in a row over Maine. Left side corner, Simcoe for 2. And here we go, 47-46. Vermont has cut the lead to 1. And we're down to 3:52. Matt Rosignol calling the play. There's a freshman as a playmaker. Well, that shows you the quality of his ability, that they're going to throw the offense right to him. Here comes Holmes down. He's playing a little out of position. They want him under in the corner. Boylan comes out now. He takes the shot. Boylan will get it, and Maine opens up 3, 49-46. Jim Boylan is Maine's money ball player in the clutch. He's a guy that wants the ball. You know, you want to play. He's like a bird. He wants the ball. In the left side corner, Hudson. He's had a frustrating day, and he walks with it. He walks with it. And that's a big turnover for the Catamounts. And I would say that Howard Hudson maybe has had his worst game of the year. Howard is a key to the Vermont attack. Rosignol down the right side. Goes baseline. It's Rich Henry in traffic. Will he score? Basket counts, foul. And the foul may be on Brennan. Who they give it to? That's on Brennan. The junior committed a foul. Basket counts. 51-46, and Brennan is out of the ball game.
That's something Rich Henry hasn't done all year, George. Last year he wasn't as known very well in this conference, and he was doing that all the time. And this year they've clamped down on him, and Rich Henry's having a baseline game that we know him for.
Oh yes, Rich Henry is a very quality young man.
There are 3 men all around him on that last move, and he puts it in.
The problem with Rich is that he's playing out of position most of the time. He shouldn't be underneath. I mean, you know, when they say sometimes that Rich isn't doing this or isn't doing that, they forget that he's being asked to play a role that in most Division I programs he would not be asked to play. And so he's going to be mismatched all the time, and he's got to do it with athletic ability. Bends a knee, and he got it. Now the Bears have got a 6-point lead, 52-46 with 3 minutes to go. Maine really needs this game. Flaherty in the air. In and out. Rich Henry lost the ball. It's loose. Maine will have the ball. Knocked out by Simcoe. And now the Bears seemingly are getting the big play. Tom O'Shea comes in for Vermont. Coming out of the ball game, Chris Capps, a freshman. So they try to get a little bit of experience in there with a junior and take the freshman out in crunch time inside of 3 minutes now. All right, here's Holmes with it. Holmes down, call timeout. We've got a lot of fun to go here as we end this basketball day for you. We'll be back in just 1 minute with more.
What a wonderful invention this was, especially for people in Aroostook County. Something we can look forward to all winter long. If you're looking to step up to a better snowmobile, or adding another one for the family, or even buying your first one, go see your friends at Aroostook Trust Company. They'll try to help you through the winter with a snowmobile loan that will make other banks look like Southerners. Aroostook Trust Company, the county's only independent commercial bank, member FDIC.
Since we live in Aroostook County with all its snow, why not stop in at Northeast Auto Sales in Caribou and see their line of Buicks, the cars that almost seem to have been especially designed for this area, like the front-wheel drive Skyhawk. Northeast Auto has a terrific selection of all models of Buicks, from the Skylark in Somerset to the Century, LeSabre Coupe and Electra 5th Avenue. Reliable cars made with American technology, and now available at just 7.9% financing. Go in the snow with Buick at Northeast Auto in Caribou.
But naturally.
Coming home, the University of Maine in the lead. Boylan comes into Rich Henry. Henry back to Jimmy Boylan along the sideline, out to Rossignol. Rossignol is ball hawk. They go to Holmes in the corner. Holmes will take it down the right sideline. Back out to Rossignol. Rossignol, Maine will start using the shot clock now. Rossignol back to Holmes. Holmes gives it to Henry. Henry fakes the inside pass and gets back out to Rossignol. Matt puts it down with O'Shea on him. Matt will put a weave, hook pass in the corner to Holmes. He fires. It did not go. Rich Henry on a rebound. Henry in position. Basket. Big, big hoop. 54-46. The Maine Black Bears having the lead with 2 minutes to go. And maybe the long drought for Maine is over. Hudson has the ball stripped loose. Jump ball, Maine's ball. Boylan wants the ball. He's going to get it anyway. Boylan, frustrated, yelled at the official, and the official said, "What are you yelling? You got it anyway." Alley-oop inbounds in the backcourt to Boylan. They double him up and foul him. Boylan is decked in here by Flaherty. The foul should be called on 2-0 Flaherty, the freshman from New Jersey, and Maine will go 1-1.
Well, Maine is playing textbook basketball right now. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, the way it's outlined, and Vermont is doing what they have to do. Foul right now, and we're going to have to make some foul shots.
When I first started covering Maine basketball, this series used to be an even split almost every year. You'd win one, lose one, and then recently Maine dominated. They won 5 out of 6, and then Vermont won 2 last year, and then made it 3 in a row last night. It looks like Maine may survive this one today. Boylan, the co-captain, makes it 55-46. Maine will have a 10-point lead. Whitmore is down here asking about the shot clock. He's not too happy with it. Foul shot is good. 56-46. All right, a 10-point lead for Maine. They've been tough in crunch time, and that's what you look for. And Vermont almost throws it away. Flaherty in the near side corner. Vermont needs to shoot fairly quick, and Simcoe will put it up and in and out. No good. Bunker in there on the rebound, and a foul on Calavito pushing off. Well, everything seems to be going in Maine's direction now. If you only knew the amount of frustration in that locker room. You've got to live with these guys year in, day in and day out to know how frustrated they have been as you see the action underneath, and Calavito commits the foul. When you're losing and you feel you're better than your record, you start pressing, and that gets you in even deeper trouble. It's almost like foul shot is good. It's like eating peanuts. Once you start, you can't stop, and the losses come faster and faster, and then you hope for a key win to turn it around. I'm not saying this is going to turn it around, but anything at this point for Maine and this young ball club would be a bonus. Off the iron, no good. Bunker taps it in the corner. It should be a Vermont ball. It is. This is a football recruiting weekend, and many, many recruits are in this weekend. And Buddy Stevens and his group continue to work. Art Flaherty comes down the near sideline. Back out on top. Lob pass to Hudson in the corner. Foul from the left corner, good. 57-48. Long pass comes down to Rich Henry. Henry's going to take it in. Did he charge? Yes, I think so. Offensive foul, Rich Henry. I think if we have an instant replay, you'll think that's a bad call. I don't know if we're going to see it again or not. But the defender was moving, and he was... It may not be a critical call. Forget it, guys. But take my word for it for a moment. Flaherty at the near side. Flaherty has the ball rejected by Bunker. Calavita fires off the iron, no good. Rebound to Rich Henry underneath. And Rosignol has it in a backcourt, lobs it back there to Boylan. Boylan tagged around, and they are all over him, no call. Back to Rosignol. The officials are being very, very lenient right now. There's the reach-in foul. Howard Hudson committing the foul. 1 minute and 4 seconds to go, 57-48 Maine. We're in the old pit, which has been spruced up in recent years. Hope you folks up in Aroostook County also enjoyed it today. Happy to bring you a doubleheader and get you all fired up. Tournament time is coming. We'll be covering the tournament action, of course, on your stations, both radio and television. Matt Rosignol of Van Buren, becoming a tremendous college player. His game is beginning to mature early, and that is what is so important. So confident in his floor game, which is coming fast. Foul shot good, 59-48. Maine by 11. All right, out of the backcourt, Hudson. Vermont must hurry. They throw to O'Shea. Baseline in position, he'll lay it in. Nice move. 59-50, they get it down to 9, but we have less than a minute. Rosignol in the backcourt now, doubled up, hook pass to Bunker. Bunker throws it down, and it could not be handled by Holmes. It goes out. See, Bunker should not be handling the ball there. He had to help out. 46 seconds to go, 59-50. Hudson down underneath, the ball is kicked. They'll recycle the clock to 45 seconds. You can't recycle because only 42 seconds remain, so you shut the clock off. And so, Vermont has only 42 seconds to get 9. Looks like Maine will at long last break that drought of home games that they haven't been able to win. Out to the right side, Simcoe pops it in and out, no good. The rebound to O'Shea. Flaherty hooks, no, before the hook he got wrapped up. That'll be on Bunker. His third.
Well, George, you alluded to crunch time, and crunch time turned out to be Maine Black Bear time, as they've done just about everything right in the last 3-4 minutes.
Bunker reached in and slapped with his left arm and got the foul. Flaherty on the line for the Catamounts. 59-51, 34 seconds to go. Hard-fought game. The Maine women won 80-69, capping a doubleheader sweep. The Maine women are now 14-0. The Maine men will win their second game of the year today. They lost 58-47, but it will be their 2 wins both came in the conference. So that helps them toward postseason play. Only one team fails to qualify for the playoffs. Foul shot is good. Timeout called. We'll be back here in just 1 minute with more.
Since we live in Aroostook County with all its snow, why not stop in at Northeast Auto Sales in Caribou and see their line of Buicks, the cars that almost seem to have been especially designed for this area, like the front-wheel drive Skyhawk. Northeast Auto has a terrific selection of all models of Buicks, from the Skylark and Somerset to the Century, LeSabre Coupe and Electra Fifth Avenue. Reliable cars made with American technology, and now available at just 7.9% financing. Go in the snow with Buick at Northeast Auto in Caribou.
Tamick is adjusting to meet changing needs.
The emergency room at Gould Memorial Division is staffed around the clock by a full emergency team, including nurses, technicians, and an attending physician. All emergency room personnel are experienced in the use of advanced cardiac life support techniques for heart attack victims, as well as a range of other life-saving trauma support treatments.
The Aroostook Medical Center, because we care.
Our play will be coming back in 34 seconds to go. Maine coaching staff, Jim Hutnick, Skip Chappelle's assistant, and John Giffen, the former Arno and Skink High School coach, is now the assistant here at Maine. All right, Holmes has it inbounds. They steal the ball away. Hudson steals it and missed the slam dunk. Oh, my goodness. Hudson will come back, tap it up, Bunker on the rebound, and Bunker is fouled. Hudson's had a hard day when you miss the stuff. The crowd gets on him, but it's part of the game. You try to make the slam, and you don't get it. It's just a bit of frustration. You just don't see that often. That's just awful. You feel sorry for any player. 59-52, Maine in the lead. 22 seconds to go. You know, the game wasn't, if he made that stop, it wasn't exactly iced. Bunker's foul shot is no good. Rebound loose. Who's going to have it? It is Maine's ball. Henry, that'll do it. Put it in. 61-52 with 15 seconds to go. This one is history. Down the lane, goaltending against Maine basket, Flaherty. Rich Henry, I know he knew he was going to commit goaltending. He wanted to do it anyway. Vermont will call timeout. We will hold it right here with 10 seconds to go. Flaherty gets the basket off the goaltending. Skip Chappelle standing by as they all take a look at it. I can only tell you, having covered it all this year and traveled with the club, both by airplane and bus, the bus trips are so revealing when you sit there and you've got 6 or 7 hours to talk about it. And you know how hard they're trying. Missing a slam dunk is something that it looks on TV like you got it, but the rim goes down. And you see the X's and the O's. This is not going to make their season. But this club has been embarrassed. They're better than 1 in 10. They just haven't been able, with these young players, to stick together. And they run a fairly complicated offense, and they don't match up physically with some teams. It doesn't mean they're going to go out and win the next day and the next day. They've got Dartmouth coming in this coming week, but it does mean I think they'll get a little confidence. Rosignol is knocked down in the backcourt. Remember, we have a new rule now. That's not a delivered foul. Hudson, in fact, came over and apologized. That'll be 1 and 1. 1 and 1. That's all for Hudson. He fouls out of the ball game. He's a good player. He had a hard day today. Did not play well. Howard's a good ball player. We're going to go and try to get Skip Chappelle on right after for his reaction with 9 seconds to go. Matt Rosignol's had one of his better games. He's had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in the second half. 14 overall. He's had 14 before, but most of them in the first half. He's had a good finish. His game is rounding into form. Foul shot's good. He's up at 15. In the college level, you don't get those 30-point games out of the back, but they got defenses that make you hurt. But he's doing some other things now. New role for him. Foul shot's good. 63-54. 8 seconds to go. Bunker knocks the ball in the backcourt. Rosignol's going to get it. Matt goes in. He'll get the layup. Rosignol scores to end the game. And the final score is Maine 65-54 as the Maine Black Bears have won a hard-fought victory over the Vermont Catamounts. 65-54 for victory number 2. And Rosignol took it in, and Moore, the young man from Van Buren, was mighty happy to get that one. He had a bunch of Rosignol and others, and Skip Chappelle is coming over now. Tim Throckmorton is going to be with him down on the floor. Let's go down on the court, and here is Tim.
Nice to have this one finally.
Oh, yes. It's a big
Chappelle, I'm sorry.
It's a step forward. We're going to learn to creep, I guess, or crawl before we can step fast.
Crunch time was all yours.
Well, you know, it's just a slow process. It wasn't sweet. We didn't play well, but it's a step forward, Tim.
Okay, and good to have this one under your belt. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. That's Coach Skip Chappelle with a big win, and right here in front of the home crowd.
We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Older people are frequent victims of fraud, high-pressure sales tactics, and other rip-off schemes. Many are confused by the benefits that are available and find it difficult to deal with government red tape. For help or information on programs of assistance, call the Aroostook Area Agency on Aging at 764-3396 or toll-free at 1-800-432-1789. Again, 764-3396 or toll-free at 1-800-432-1789.
The music's awesome, and the moves will take you to the limit on the new Solid Gold. This week, Corey Hart's putting it all on stage. And Luther Vandross encores with his classic hit. Plus, Miss Pia Zadora and princely pop funk from Andre Simone. All live on stage with Dion and special co-host Larry Gatlin on the new Solid Gold.
Tonight at 11 on WAGM TV 8.
You're back and out of your life for good.
All right, we're back out here. We're going to do the individual stats now. Willie Gavitt with us, and so the young, so are the toddlers. Willie, big victory for Maine emotionally today.
Yeah, they played a lot better than what they did yesterday. We mentioned that several times in the course of the ball game. The individual scoring for Vermont would look something like this. Hudson, who had 15 points yesterday, and again we said something about that in the course of the broadcast, ended up with only 4 points. Calavita had 11. Simcoe was a high man for them. He had 12. Brennan had 7. Art Flattery had 10. John O'Shea had 2. Payne had 2. And Rob Zinn had 6. That would be Vermont's totals. For Maine, the scoring was pretty well distributed as far as, again, considering what they did last night. Boylan had 14. Henry was the high man of the game. He ended up with 20. Matt Rosignol followed close behind him. He had 18. Bunker had 4. Bitterman had 6. He really didn't play that much in the second half. And Holmes ended up with 4 for a total of 65. We don't have the final game stats. One of the things we mentioned previously, again before, was the fact that Maine rebounded as well, or I should say better than what they did last night. There was a big discrepancy as far as that category goes. I think, again, when we look at the final stats, the stat sheet to indicate the rebounds, you're going to see that Maine probably came out ahead in that where they did not yesterday, and that's where they got into trouble.
Well, thank you very much. That's going to wrap up a long day for us. We certainly hope you've enjoyed University of Maine basketball. The women won their 14-0. The men now break that long, hard week they've had where they lost to Hartford and Canisius, and now they've come back and beaten Vermont after a loss last night. I want to thank our crew. This is George Hale. Willie Gavitt was with us. Tim Throckmorton doing an excellent job. Fred Morse producing the things down here. The engineering crew and all the crew in the studio. John Boya down in the room doing all this directing. We're going to be back with our whole crew, of course, at tournament time. You folks in Aroostook County, thank you very much for being with us, too. I know you're very proud of your players that are part of this program, and we're proud of all of them. We've had a real great day of basketball, and we hope you have a very safe weekend. So, do we see you next time? This is George Hale saying so long. The radio group will be with us for our post-game show.
This has been Division I Basketball live from the University of Maine at Orono. The proceeding has been a live presentation of WAGM TV Sports in conjunction with WABI TV.
WAGM TV 8, Presque Isle.
We are joining the next program in progress.
Thomas, a company that's been around for over 180 years. Now, it's a beautiful traditional style cherry wood finish, a beautiful piece of merchandise, has the broken pediment top, and handcrafted from selected hardwoods and veneers. It measures 79 inches tall. As you can see, the front and side glass. It shows a polished brass lyre pendulum and weight shells. This clock has a solid brass 8-day weight-driven heirloom quality movement. It's a beautiful piece of merchandise. Now, you also have Westminster, Wilmington, or St. Michael's Cathedral chimes. It's up at the bid in the auction, sold to the highest bidder. How much? How little to go on? Can it divine? What do I get for it? Started somewhere. $1,300 retail price, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want 13, not 12, not 11, not 10, not 9. I want $800 to open the bidding. $800. Now, at $800, ladies and gentlemen, that would be an incredible buy. Large lyre pendulum up for the bid. Seth Thomas, over 180 years in the business. We have a $800. Let's do this. Forget $800. I don't want any bidding. Here's what I want. We have a special purchase of 600 clocks. The regular retail is $1,295. Get up out of your chair and call in right now, and I'm going to do something special. I'm not going to say sold for 9 or 8. Not even 7. As a matter of fact, on this clock, you pay no freight charges. Freight charges on a clock like this would run you about $75 to $100. Here's what I want to do. Everyone that calls in, delivered to your door, your cost, get up and call in now, $595 delivered. Get up, call in now. Sold coming down. 743 says I'll take one. 967 gets one. Get up and call in now. Your cost, $595 delivered to your door. Get up and call in now. Get one of those. 171 says I'll take one of those incredible prices. Get up and call in now. Your cost, $595 delivered to your door. Get up and call in now. All right, here's the next one. Maximus, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the M700 telescope. Comes equipped with a 12.5 millimeter eyepiece, which produces 50 power of magnification. It's by purchasing a standard size 4 millimeter eyepiece, you now have a 156 power telescope. We've included that eyepiece in there. All right, this unit, ladies and gentlemen, is up for the bid. It comes also with the zenith prism. You can be turned at 360-degree angle for easy viewing. There it is up for the bid. How much to go at auction opening bid? Get it at Bime. What do we get for? I started somewhere. How much to go? I got 10. I got 20. Get it at Bime at 30. Hit it at 5. I got $30. Hit it at 5. At 35. Get it at Bime. Hit it at 40. 40. 40. Where were you at? Were you coming up? 25. Okay, you were at 30, 35. I had a couple of bidders there. Who'd give $40 and get this out of the tie? 40, 40, hit it at 5. I got 40 over here and at 5. At $40, get it at Bime, hit it at 5. At $40, get it at Bime, hit it at 5. All done, all through. Last call, sold for $40. What's your number, please? That's bidder number 648. Do you think $40 is a great price?
Sure she does. That's why she did.
Every person that calls in, we want to do this. You're not going to pay $40. I want you to get up and call in right now. We have 10,000 to ship. Get up, call in right now. They ship out of our Los Angeles warehouse. Your cost...
Go for it.
$19.95. Sold $19.95. $424 gets one. $510 gets one. $168 gets one. $166 gets one. Sold $450 gets one. Sold bidder number 3803 gets one. $422, 2 times the money. Sold $995 gets one. $402 gets one. $414 gets one. $626 gets one. Sold $297 gets one. $959 gets one. $425 gets one. Get up and call in now. Your cost $19.95. All right, here's the next one. Up at the bid of the auction, sold to the highest bidder. We have a 14-karat gold necklace with a 14-karat gold cross. Can you come on over, Jackie? She's wearing this cross. I'm going to tell you something. It absolutely looks gorgeous on. 14-karat solid gold all the way. How much at auction opening bid? Say something to BN. Get it about. I'm going to give me some of those big shoes for I look taller when these models come out. All right. She wearing, all the girls, by the way, all the girls, right, all the girls are wearing like 6-inch heels.
Oh, they're barefoot.
All right. All right. How much to go at auction opening bid? Say it and BN. Get it. What do you want to get for it? That's 14-karat gold. It's a cross. $5. Oh, boy. I'm glad my jeweler's not here. Yes. $10. Any advance? $15. Any advance? Going? $20. Going? Get it about a minute more. I got $20. Who give 30? At 30, get it about. Who give 25? Once, twice. All in all through? 25. And now 30. Say 30. It's a cross. It's worth it. 30. It's 14-karat gold. If you bought it and you paid $40 or $50, you haven't given too much. Get up out of your chair right now. Don't sit there any longer. Grab that handle on that phone. Dial that number. 1-800-972-2700. Get up and call in now. Your cost... $15. So $15 coming down. 573 gets one. 504 gets one. 563 gets one. 628 gets one. 206 gets one. So 516 gets one. 14-karat gold. Your cost $15. 628 gets 2 times the money. Get up and call in now. Thank you, Jackie. All right, here's the next one. This is a Sharp color camera portable VCR, VHS format. It's a recorder with a built-in tuner, timer. It's a 3-way ACDC operation, 3-speed recorder playback, 9-function wired remote, high-speed video search, still function and frame advance, 7-day 1-event program, 105-channel tuner, fine edit system with 4 digital tape counter, auto rewind, camera compact 2 pounds. It has a 10-to-30 zoom, and that Nuvagon pickup tube, removable condenser microphone through the lens, optical viewfinder, auto iris control, LED indicators, display and viewfinder, rechargeable battery pack is included. This system was sold nationally at over $1,000. You don't pay $1,000. Every hand that goes up, every person that calls in, the entire system, $699. Get up and call it now. Your cost, $699. All right, here's the next one. Tracy, why don't you come on over and show this one off? This is gorgeous. This amethyst, ladies and gentlemen, it's up at the bid in the auction, so to the highest bidder. How much? How did it go? With 3 CZ set there at the top, it's gorgeous. I'd like to have at least $100 open the bidding. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I got 102 places. Here we go. Get it to Bime, get it more. I got $100. Get it to Bime, give a half. 100.5, get it to Bime, hit it to Bime, 150. 150, get it to Bime, hit it to Bime, hit it. Listen, at $150, this looks great on. Girls, we're talking about a genuine stone. I want you to get up and call in right now. This is the most incredible deal we've ever offered. I'm going to say sold not at 150 or 140 and 135 or 130. your cost. Every person that calls in, every hand that goes up, I want to sell lots of them. $35. So $35 coming down. Bidder 12 gets one. 863 gets one. 807 gets one. 502 gets one. 539 gets one. 16 gets one. 510 gets one. Over 15 carat total weight. Get up and call in now. All right, here's the next one. Here's one. Here's two. And I want you to notice these are on rollers, cushion grip handle. This is all designer look. It's got the three. Those are on rollers with the pull straps, cushion grip. Folks, this is great luggage. Look at this. Now, they're separately priced. This one's priced, if you went to buy this set, it's $305. All right, this one here, we have the shoulder bag. We got the 23-inch boarding bag. We got the 25-inch junior Pullman. We got the 27-inch Pullman, 29-inch Pullman. These are all three on wheels. This one right here with a strap. This one with a strap. If you went to buy the whole set, breakdown price is $305. Pre-price from the factory. Now, what am I offering for the set? Get it a dime. What am I going to get for it? We'll give $200. Hit it a dime. Hit it a dime. 200. How much? At $100. That's a very good bid. Now, ladies and gentlemen, $100. Break it down any way you want to. 20, 20, 20, 20, and 20. That's $100. This one's worth 20. This one's worth 30. This one's worth 20. I know the others are worth 20. One fits inside of this one, fits inside of this one, the two fit inside of here, and then there for storage. Every hand that goes up, every person that calls in, all of them go $75. So $75 coming down. Do you have a number? 432 says I'll take one. Bidder 186 says I'll take a set. That's a complete set. Your cost $75. Get up and call it now. 281 gets one. Get up and call it now. Your cost, the entire set, $75. All right, here's the next one. Here is a man's nugget watch. If you went to Las Vegas, the same watch would run